Hello and welcome to another video. So today we are covering a BloodCraft deck. This one is a more standardized Vengeance aggro blood, I would say. Mostly focusing on the aggro part of this deck, honestly, compared to the Vengeance part. Using things like, of course, Dark General and Loria, which, if you're common with those cards, were very, very popular. We're only wanting one Queen of the Night, as we don't actually really need more than one. It's more of a utility card than anything, and I honestly don't find it as reliable as, say, Urias or Enraged General, which are much more important for this kind of deck. And this is actually a fair bit more consistent than the other Blood deck that I covered not that long ago. So overall, running Destructive Succubus end is always important. Our early game is packed with low cost, really easy board developing. Hellblaze Demon to gain extra stats. Entrancing Blow again, more stats, but one blood pact for that little bit of extra draw we might need, and really just dealing damage to ourselves while also building up massive boards against the opponent. Incorporating Boar, Pelt, Wolf in this one for the Vengeance activator, just for those pesky plays where we need to go for that on, say, turn 6 with, say, Dark General, or maybe even Enraged Commander if we want to give Storm to something else, or Destructive Succubus in the more late game-ish area. So that has some great utility for it, which is awesome. So we are going to get right into this and check it out. The couple of games I've got for this video actually are both against Rune. Rune, very popular at the moment, not a surprise. So it's at least 80+% of the matches I play against typically are Rune players, so some matches can be quite hard. This deck does an okay job of dealing with them though, because it is so aggressive. Also, as mentioned for the Blood Bear Pelt, I forgot to mention, it does work really well with Urias as well for a turn 5 play if you're looking for that. So it's actually got such great utility with a lot of the key cards that it's a pretty easy include. So our turn 1, easy Goblin play. No point wasting our Vampire Slayer, which actually is coming very handy a lot for me. It's a really good way to remove cards, especially wards in particular. You can usually get a 2-for-1 off it really easily. So Rookie Succubus, mainly focused on developing a board for the Hellblaze, plus we're still waiting for something to actually boost, so it was a good way to get in that board. These two aren't really a problem though. It would be nice if I could take them both out. Of course, that would mean I need to use Vampire Slayer, and at this point, I'm just playing it for the extra value on the Enraged Commander, since going face for 4 damage total so far is fairly good. So as long as they don't take out the Slayer, we're actually in a pretty good position. But of course, anyone with half a brain will take out Slayer. And now we do have to deal with this board. So Entrancing Blow, it's a 1 in 4 at the moment. We did get probably the best hit. I also decided to go for Boar Pellet Wolf, mainly for the Evo value it's got here. Since it will let us, of course, mostly take this out and deal some damage, so why not? And I definitely wanted to focus more on dealing damage at this point because we have got Enraged Commander in our hand, and it looks like we are going up against Earth Rune, so I wasn't really sure exactly how to handle myself compared to the other two variants. But at this point, we're very close to lethal. 3 damage off. We don't need much at all to win this. So I decided to go all in on it. Send it all to face. I mean, who wouldn't want to at this point? We're literally one top deck away from being able to win, so it definitely seems like a worthwhile opportunity. Slumbering Calamity, that's a good play. We really need Dark General to be able to beat over this though. So we have got a couple of cards that would allow us to do so if they decide to go face for more damage. And we're just 1 off. That's actually not bad, and we did end up getting Vampire Slayer, not quite what we want. It'll take out both these cards, but won't let us use our Dark General for lethal yet. So we're definitely not in the pristine position I was hoping. Anything that could have dealt 1 damage would have been great. I could have played it, evoed it, got over the ward, and just went face with Dark General, especially since nearly everything was around the 2 play point mark that was going to decrease us. So we would have been fine then. Fortunately for us, we end up getting Rookie Succubus, which allows us to, of course, activate our own Vengeance and go for our Dark General play, which wins us that game pretty tidily. Now, kicking off the next game here, we are going up against another Runecraft, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video. Runecraft super popular. This one I think might be a bit more of a consistent one. Also they're using Anne, which is awesome. I actually quite enjoy her as a leader, although I have Daria, so yeah, I like Daria. Let's go with her when we do. Alrighty, so we got a pretty bad opener. Although our 2 draws definitely made up for it. Unleashed the Nightmare and Enraged Commander going to do a wonderful job of picking up. Rookie Succubus, an amazing turn 2 play for us right now. Especially on the back of an Unleashed Nightmare turn 3 play. And seeing a core drop, that's an interesting one. You don't see core that often. Typically you see it in Spell Boost, so I wouldn't be surprised if that ends up being the case. Especially since we're seeing Knowledge Seeker as well, which is another, again, a very prominent Spell Boost one. But it means they got a pretty weak hand, if that's all they can play. And we can go for a full value Hellblaze Demon with a nice Evo for damage, giving us 6, adding to our already 2, so 8 damage is very good, especially since we can probably go for another Hellblaze next turn if we want. And that would probably easily give us a lethal from there. I did the extra damage just because I could, and the extra cards would never hurt. Saves us having to waste them for next turn. Alright, this gets more interesting though. Going for the insight play. They could come out with some cool spell boost stuff. I mean, Chaos Wielder, that one's alright. And a Fiery Embrace. Okay, it seems like they might be really lacking a spell boost in their hand. Or at least they were. Be interesting to see where they're at now. So we're going to go for a full power here with Hellblaze. We're going to boost up the General. Why? Because we got the Evos to do so. May as well take that chance and go for it. We can wipe this board, deal 2 damage. We would have been leaving him with 1 otherwise, and that didn't really sit well with me. And this worked pretty fine in the end. I mean, they conceded, so can't really complain. I would definitely recommend this deck if you're looking for something that finishes games reasonably quickly. Not so much if you are a beginner, as you are lacking some pretty big cards that would cost you a little bit to make unless you got really lucky with your early pulls. Otherwise, it is pretty beginner friendly as far as playstyle goes. The only thing you've really got to keep an eye on is your Vengeance and Health total stuff, so you can keep an eye on that and kind of learn how much damage output your opponent could possibly put out, so you can keep your Vengeance and your life above that total, while also being able to make sure you're taking enough of a risk for your reward, as sometimes you do have to risk your health total in order to get victory. So if you guys did enjoy this video and you want to see more, be sure to check out the link in the description below for the deck list, hit the like button, subscribe for more content, and until next time, see ya.